I've been standing for 3 hours. Not by choice. I just realized I have no idea what makes a chair. And now I'm having an existential crisis about furniture. Alright, definition time. A chair is something you sit on, but so is a toilet, a rock, your friend's lap during a crowded movie night. And this brings us to Plato and his theory of forms. Plato believed that for every object we see in our world, there is a perfect, unchanging version of it existing somewhere else, a realm beyond our physical reality. So, out there in the metaphysical IKEA catalog floats the perfect chair. This perfect chair has 4 perfect legs, ideal back support, and is the absolute most perfect chairness you can imagine. Every chair we call a chair in our world is just a shadow, a flawed copy of this eternal true form. Your fancy gaming chair, a pale imitation. Your ergonomic office chair, a disappointment with wheels. A 3-legged stool? Sorry, geometrically insufficient. That's a tripod, not a chair. A beanbag? That's formless chaos pretending to be furniture. But here is where it gets really wild. Plato also had this idea about prisoners in the cave, only seeing shadows on the wall, thinking that's reality. Which means most of us are literally sitting in philosophical darkness, mistaking chair shadows for real things. So every time you sit, you're either participating in an eternal cosmic truth or having a deeply delusional relationship with furniture. Either way, your back probably hurts. Alright, history of the chair in 1 minute. Let's go. Ancient Egypt. Only pharaohs got chairs. Everyone else got floor privileges. Because power is directly proportional to how much you can get to lift your bum off the ground. Ancient Greece. Added comfort because democracy apparently includes cushions. Romans made chairs portable because conquering the world is exhausting. Medieval times. Bigger chair equals bigger power. Renaissance. Chairs got fancy because, well, everything got fancy. 1787. Someone finally invented the rocking chair, clearly for people who found regular sitting insufficiently neurotic. Industrial Revolution. Mass-produced chairs for mass-produced people. The 1960s. Beanbags. Humanity surrendered to basic physics and pure comfort. The 1970s. Office chairs with wheels, because walking to your coworker's desk was apparently too much effort. Today, gaming chairs that look like race cars, standing desks that completely miss the point of chairs, and ergonomic nightmares that cost more than your actual car. Now that's what I call evolution. And this is a perfect example of Martin Heidegger's ready-to-hand concept. You see, normally, when a tool works perfectly, it becomes almost invisible. Your chair is just an extension of you. You sit without thinking. But the moment it breaks, bam, the chair transforms from an invisible support system into an aggressively present obstacle. It stops being something you sit on, and it becomes something that has utterly betrayed your fundamental trust in the stability of furniture. This is what Heidegger called present at hand, when objects become annoyingly, unavoidably visible. Like your phone when it dies mid-scroll, your car when it makes that weird noise, or your Wi-Fi when it decides to take a vacation during your Zoom presentation. Heidegger would say that this broken chair reveals the deep fragility of our relationship with everyday objects. I say it reveals why you shouldn't buy furniture from places that also sell meatballs. Let's follow the chair's life cycle. First, it's born in the factory. Just wood, metal, and the quiet dreams of people who put it together. Then it sits in the showroom, desperately trying to look comfortable while stranger tests its bounds. At this point, it's basically furniture prostitution. You bring it home, and here is where it gets weird. The chair changes you. Suddenly, you're a person who owns a nice chair. You develop strong opinions about how firm or soft a seat should be. You start judging other people's seating choices, basically like Italians and their food. But the chair also develops a relationship with you. It learns your favorite sitting positions, your particular brand of slouch, and the exact angle of your procrastination posture. It becomes, in a very real sense, your chair. Got a gaming chair? You're a gamer. Office chair? You're a corporate drone. A fancy throne? Probably a megalomaniac. A beanbag? You've given up on life and, honestly, respect. But why do we even sit? Our ancestors walked upright for millions of years and then collectively decided, actually, let's fold ourselves in half and then stay there for 8 hours a day. Sitting is humanity's greatest rebellion against our own natural design. We evolved to stand, walk, run, and instead, we've created elaborate furniture just to avoid using our legs. And we've turned it into a whole ceremony. Please take a seat. The most polite way to say compress your spine. pull up a chair because chairs are apparently easy to move now. Musical chairs exist because someone looked at perfectly normal seating and thought, what if we added competition and guaranteed disappointment? It's basically capitalism, but with more running and crying children. Then there's the hot seat, the driver's seat, and the catbird seat. We've created an entire mythology about elevated sitting. Shakespeare wrote all the world's a stage, but forgot to mention most of the audience is sitting down, quietly developing lower back problems. Here's the thing nobody tells you. The chairs are passive-aggressive. They squeak to announce your movements. And office chairs are especially sneaky. They pretend to be supportive, and then they slowly deflate your dreams, along with their pneumatic cylinders. Oh, you wanted to stay at desk height? How adorable. And they're secretly judging you. That fancy ergonomic chair, it knows you're slouching. Your kitchen chair, disappointed you're eating cereals for dinner again. Your gaming chair, concerned about your life choices, but trying to be supportive. Basically your parents. Some philosophers say objects don't have consciousness. Those philosophers clearly never owned a chair that creaks every time they move, essentially providing commentary on their restlessness. Let's talk about chair economics. We spend thousands on chairs we sit in for 8 hours at work, and then go home to cheaper chairs for our relaxation time. This is the furniture equivalent to wearing designer suits for work and pajamas to live your actual life. There is chair inequality too. The CEO gets Herman Miller Aeron, $1,500 of ergonomic perfection. And the intern gets this uncomfortable wobbly thing that barely survived the last office renovation in 1987. It's capitalism, but for your lower back. And restaurant chairs are deliberately uncomfortable. We want our customers to eat, not to linger and enjoy themselves, say the restaurant owners. Hence, seats designed by someone who clearly believes that comfort is the enemy of profit. So, what's the real philosophy here? Maybe chairs aren't just about sitting, they're about power. Kings have thrones, CEOs have big chairs, and your mom has her chair that nobody else is allowed to touch. We all love butts, and the chair is a tiny kingdom where you rule over your own butt. It's the smallest possible monarchy, and we all want one, or maybe two. Or maybe chairs are about hope. Every time we buy a chair, we are betting on future relaxation. We are saying, someday I will have the time to sit down and not feel guilty about it. Chairs are also about denial. We pretend that sitting for more than 8 hours a day is normal, natural, and healthy. It's not. We've basically agreed to voluntarily compress our spines in exchange for not having to hold ourselves up. It's humanity's ultimate lazy compromise. In the end, chair is whatever you decide to sit on, plus the confidence to call it furniture. It's our collective answer to an age-old human question. What if we just didn't stand? We've turned a simple concept, elevated sitting, into a complex ecosystem of status, comfort, and surprisingly, passive-aggressive furniture relationships. So next time someone offers you a seat, remember, you're not just accepting furniture. You're participating in thousands of years of human evolution, deep philosophy, and species-wide commitment to avoiding leg day. So there you have it. Chairs. Somehow the most boring and the most existentially threatening objects in your house. If this made you question your relationship with furniture, then my work here is done. Now, excuse me while I go to apologize to my office chair for taking it for granted. Ciao.